Hi, welcome to DTLA Artnight podcast with myself, Diana Varias from DTLA Artnight, and Sunny here.
Sunny from LA Syndicate.
And we do have a special guest today, Gino, who we will chat with in just a little bit. So first of all, tell me what's going on at LA Syndicate.
Well, LA Syndicate, I'll be hosting myself as a solo photographer, a solo show for the first time. This will be, my handle in photography is LA Motherfucker. So I'll be showcasing.
Right.
Yeah, I know, it's a big name. And I'm gonna carry at least 15 to 20 photos spanning over a decade and highlighting downtown LA street photography, some fashion moments, and also the changes LA has gone through over a decade now. So that'll be an interesting show, and it falls on that Thursday for Artnight on July 11th.
Are you going to have it open for the rest of the month?
I will have it for the whole entire month, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be a fun show. I'm excited about it. I don't like to just showcase myself. I like to collab with others.
Sure.
So I will definitely showcase this. So it's going to be a big show for me.
Very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, some fun stuff.
Yeah, we have a couple things going on for Artnight in general. We have our Spring Arcade, which is opening. We generally have a vendor market there. Blue Jam is actually opening up their cocktail menu for the night.
Cool.
And then we have a little private gallery in their dining room area with this group called the Hissing Cats. It's a mother who unfortunately lost her two daughters due to mental health. So then she's taking their artwork and really talking about it and showcasing it and, you know, individuality and raising like awareness between mental health and artistry.
Wow, nice.
So we're really excited about that. And La Part, which is right down the way, also inside the Spring Arcade, has a Grammy Award-winning celloist.
Oh, nice.
So Pete Jacobson, I don't know a lot about cello,
Wow.
but he's going to be there.
Well, this is all happening in the arcade?
In the arcade.
Oh, nice.
So this is all happening in the arcade, and then we have about 25 vendors, and then a live pottery by Mad Manny's Corner is what it's called.
Oh, nice. So is he performing outside in the in the arcade itself, or is he indoors somewhere?
No, in the arcade itself. So La Part, Garçon's Cafe has like a little patio, if you will, inside the Spring
I
Arcade.
know it. Yeah, I know it.
So
Yeah.
he's going to be in that area. So it'll still kind of be part of our vendor market.
Yeah, the wine bar, right?
Yes, the wine bar.
Oh, that's great.
So
Okay,
there'll be
cool.
wine, there'll be cocktails, there'll be things you can buy.
And a celloist.
A celloist, art show, a lot of things. Yeah.
Well, I wish I could attend, but unfortunately.
You'll be
But fortunately,
yeah.
my show.
Perfect. Yeah, so that'll be all happening July 11th from 6 to 10.
Very nice. So, without further ado, we can segue into Gino Perez.
Oh, my turn.
It's your turn. We're quick.
Gino Perez.
Yeah.
Gino is a legendary Angelino. He's a skater. He's a sailor.
I'm a carpenter. I'm a
carpenter, artist,
cobbler,
musician now.
No,
I mean, he's
no.
doing a plethora of fantastic things in Los Angeles. And I'm fortunate enough to be friends with Gino. We go way back.
like 90 years now.
90 years? Is it 90?
95. Something like
I'm
that.
wearing a Gino piece right now.
This
Yeah,
is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Fantastic piece by Gino. So, with your skate background, I'm sure, obviously, it's lent a hand to your influence and your direction in art.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how it started? What was your first piece? Do you remember?
Oh, man.
I mean, that's going way back, I know, but way back.
Way,
Easy.
Way back.
Like
But-
Easy.
80 years back.
But what was the first moment? Were you a child? Did the skate level of culture influence your first piece?
Well, first of all, my mother and father were artists.
Ah, okay.
cool.
So I was painting and drawing, or not painting, drawing, really, way before skating,
Wow, okay.
But, yeah, I would sit there and watch my dad just paint. He was a fine artist, so he would just paint. And his whole life he was painting. I never remember a time where there was not art in the house or somebody being creative. My mom
Nice.
would sew. My mom can draw. I mean, they were always doing something creative. So, I mean, I was always dabbling in color and mostly drawing then because, paints are expensive and we're really poor.
So pencils.
We were on
a lot of
welfare and we were just surviving. There were 6 of us and my dad had an addiction problem and drugs and alcohol and like, so it was kind of rough, but art was always like a foundation,
Oh,
or
fantastic.
something to grab onto, it's like, oh, my life isn't hopeless. This is like, I thought everybody was like that though. I had no reference.
There's an
so I was
extension, right?
fine. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is how life is. This is the world. This is the ghetto, like whatever.
Yeah, no, that's so great. I think that, for example, for me, like while I had art, it wasn't like a supported thing. It was like, oh, cool, you do art, you do your art, but then we're going to go to school for these other things. So, well, I'm sure it came with its troubles. And, it took you along, a far.
But this is 100% self-taught.
100%. I learned technique from my dad. Because he was a great painter.
Right.
He would paint realistic, and like I started to draw like that. I learned how to draw like a portrait or something. Then I went to school in high school. I had art classes and stuff, so they teach you how to draw for real.
Sure, technique.
Not really
right.
expressed. What
Sure.
you like. You're just doing a lesson.
More techniques.
Technique
right,
and like,
right.
oh, you want to do that? It's easier to do it because you know these techniques, and you can just do your work easier instead of trying to like shortcuts and stuff. So
Especially like manipulating shadows.
all
et
that
cetera.
perspective.
Yeah,
and,
you need those basics.
and blending colors. I remember a whole class on just blending colors. And I was like, this is boring.
Yeah.
But I did it. I
Yeah.
just got A's, and that was the only A I ever got in school was art class. If I got a B, I was pissed.
Right.
All the other failed, D's,
Yeah.
C's. I was like, I don't care.
So with your current work right now, you're doing quite a bit of mural work. I've noticed, of course, following you and knowing you, the murals and interior in homes,
Yeah.
et cetera. You're doing quite a bit, more than I've seen ever.
Yeah.
And how is that? And how do you find your clients, or do your clients come to you? They find you at a show?
Yeah, a little both. I have an art dealer, so he'll like introduce me a lot of people with it. Because art, it's like an interior thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Sure.
So, and it's like a luxury item.
Right.
So usually people that buy, at least buy my pieces because they're bigger, oh, where's that going to fit? I can't buy, usually people have bigger houses or something. I buy my stuff. And then I'll do like, some certain trademark logos I do all the time. They were like, hey, do my whole wall in my kitchen, or do the whole room, or do the whole house.
Wow.
Right.
You know what I mean? The outside of it. And I'm all right, I can do that for sure. So it turned into murals a little bit,
Yeah.
but on people's homes. So it's kind of like still like an interior outdoor thing. It's weird because I put it in both. A lot of the black and white stuff I do, but lately it's been like actual, if I would paint a big painting, it would be, but it's on their, guest house.
The interior. Well, one that I specifically love is the by the pool. You did the entire fence.
yeah.
The interior of someone's yard, the entire fence. It's really cool. It looks it's 60s-esque.
Yeah.
It has that vibe.
It's kind of like a little timeless.
Yeah, it's really beautiful work.
Do
Thanks,
people
man.
come in like collaborating with you on ideas, or?
Usually, sometimes if it's like I've worked with home decorators. They have a vision of like, I'm going to put these kinds of chairs here. Can you do your swirls, or can you do this on this wall?
Gotcha.
So I have worked with a lot of interior designers,
Right.
and they'll go to my house, and my house is just like my brain blew up on the walls, and
Well,
speaking
of your
whoa,
brain blowing up, it's on your hat. So
Yeah.
those are the trademark swirls of Gino Perez.
Yeah, I'll
that
do
he's
that,
well
like-
known for. Really cool pieces.
Thanks, dude.
And you actually put some of those on my wall in LA
I
City.
did, yeah. It's kind of therapy, therapeutic. I would always add it in like paintings and stuff, backgrounds, but I'm like, these are cool, just like connectivity, unity, you could like, it's just something so simple that I connect with. So it's a couple of things I do like that.
Yeah, I love that because like, when I'm showing art, or when I'm, sometimes people are like, oh, I can do that. And I was like, sure, it looks very simple, but there is like a technique and a design to get it to look a very specific way. Because, sure, you could do that.
Totally.
But
And do it. I
Yeah.
mean, practice your thing, do it. If like, a lot of people copy a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure isn't anything new. You know what I mean? But I just made it my own, and
Yeah.
you know, we all do that.
No, you own it. I've watched him. You own it, trust me. And I've watched him do it, and I was like, wow, there is a technique. I was like, oh my God, how'd that line connect? It's really fascinating to watch.
Yeah. It was just something that came easy for some reason. I could do just like big slides of buildings with that thing. It's fun too.
And you're doing work every day. This is your life. This is your world.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the paint's on the fingers. This is a sign of a true artist. If you look
It's
closely,
actually clean today. It's my clean outfit.
Yeah.
So you and I have been fortunate to work together on over a dozen shows.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's been a dozen at least, right? Like
At least.
I've been
I mean,
privileged
we've
to
showed
work
every
with you.
corner in downtown. Did a show there, yeah, there, in that building, on the roof of there, that.
Wherever we can put you.
We do like the tour.
We did the first show at my loft, my first loft.
That's right.
In the basement.
Yeah.
To date, that's my favorite show.
That was a great show.
What was it about?
Gina Perez.
Well, I know, but like,
It was 1972. I forgot. What was I doing? Oh, it was I'm a minimalist at heart. Wasn't that one?
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so noisy. I was doing so much color, and it just looked like a bomb went off. But there was things in it, you know. And I'm like, I'm gonna name the show like the opposite of what.
what you
Yeah. You know.
what you think it might be when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So now segueing into your fashion world,
Okay.
you do quite a bit. Obviously, your hats, you're designing hats. Like I said, your one-offs and your UFO apparel collection have really hit off. The UFO, Mexican UFO apparel collection really hit off, and that was a big hit for you. You've done quite a bit of. I'm surprised you don't have one on.
But I got the other head on a pedestal pillar.
But the Mexican UFO shirt, I wear it. I should have worn it today. Unfortunately,
I'm
I did not.
representing.
Yeah,
I'm
there we go.
representing. I look like a jerk. But anyway,
Streamlined.
always. But that collection really took off for you. Can you tell us a bit about that collection?
Well, I would always draw the little UFO sombrero
Right.
in paintings. It's all derived from art and paintings. So all the black and white stuff I draw, I'll make a T-shirt out of that. That's funny, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of humor in my painting because, like, my art's kind of dark, but really colorful. So but the subject matter is always like about my dad or like growing up in LA, poor, and it's pretty serious, you know. So I lighten it up every once in a while with these little things. Yeah. And that was one of them. I did little UFOs. I look like sombreros. Then I just put Mexican UFO, and then people were just like, "Yo, that's hilarious!" So I made T-shirts out of them, and then I've been wearing them for years, and it's kind of just another little trademark of mine now. You know, just kind of like a fun, and you know, I was into like all that space stuff. You know, you learn a lot of stuff when you're painting. You're just like, "Oh, I'm watching this documentary or something," and UFOs. Oh my God, like.
But that's how we met, right?
Yeah.
You saw me.
You were landing off a spaceship. I was like, where are you coming from? You're on Zeta Reticuli. I was like, I'm coming from the other side, you know.
And then we started hanging. That's
and
how
we're
we
like,
met.
yo, what's up? Yeah.
I was
Sounds right.
shot down from a UFO.
Sounds right.
I'm hanging out with this guy.
Yeah.
But that collection, and I carry it at LA Syndicate in the showroom. I'm almost sold out, and we need to replenish.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's a great collection. I think it went on tour with a few artists and really started blowing up.
Yeah.
So also the apparel one-offs, we carry a few at LA Syndicate. You're doing custom pieces for people. They can contact you maybe somehow.
Yeah, I mean, just my Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gino with 8 O's.
Gino's. And is there any plans for a UFO skateboard?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe. That's always possible.
I think it'd be a hit.
Yeah,
should,
he was
yeah.
telling me a little bit about your skateboarding stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up skating. After, you know, I was just a LA kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think it started when I went to go buy my dad some cigarettes and liquor at the corner. He gave me a note. That's when you could have a note.
Sure, yeah.
You know, I'm like,
That's
oh,
right.
mijo, go give me cigarettes and a
bottle of Hennessy.
a little whiskey.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't drink any, you know? Don't light my cigarette. Doing it all. So, yeah, I think I walked to the corner. I think I was like 10 or 11. And I saw these skaters flying down the street. it looked like magic. The style, I mean, it was the it was the 80s, maybe like mid 80s, 85, 86, something like that. And I saw these people skating down the street. And I mean, first of all, the style, the colors, they had cool chicks with them. They sat down. They said, hey, little homie, like, come hang out with it. Because I was just like holding the cigarette and the liquor. And I was 10 years old. And they're like, what the hell? Who's this kid's going to smoke and drink?
Booze and cigarettes?
Yeah. And they're like, what? And I was like, no, you're bored. They're like, kid, you all right?
They're like, we'll do a
When
trade.
you want some cigarettes? Yeah, so I got hooked. I was instant love at first sight. And then went home, begged for a board. Of course, they couldn't buy me one. It was a bajillion dollars. So,
Sure.
you know. So, yeah, I mean, eventually got one. And actually, my first board is with somebody I've been collaborating with and been a friend for a long time, Steve Sias. He was a Palo Alto Bones Brigade, like, skater. So back then, that was, like, end-all, be-all of skateboarding. These guys. Legends, yeah.
Legends.
And so I begged for his board for like, oh my God, for 6 months. And I finally got one for Christmas. They all put the change together. And like, then from then on, I mean, that was literally my first pro board. And now we're doing, you know, a bunch of skateboard stuff together too.
Now you guys are true partners in the art world. You do a lot of collabs.
Oh yeah, a lot of, yeah, we do. He started a thing called Us Angeles. And we've done like a bunch of shows together already. So it's like a group of people, you know, Andy Jenkins, Tristan Eaton, amazing, like legendary designers, painters, muralists, you know, and
they're
part of that
Us
group,
Angeles, right?
part of the Us Angeles group, yeah. So we've been doing a lot of shows together, and it's affiliated with skateboarding and art too, and just that's LA thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Marco Saez, Steve Saez, you know, Tristan, his brother Matt, Andy Jenkins, so. And then we'll get other, you know, homies that'll come in too, you know, that are just core LA dudes from like skating and you know, just
So you'll add some to
that
the
lifestyle.
roster? You'll add
Yeah,
some?
we add them, and you know, they're all amazing artists. So, yeah, so I've been part of that, and then yeah, back into the skateboard thing too. Still to this day, you know.
Do you still skateboard?
For fun a little bit. I'm not like out there to like do anything crazy anymore. I'm just out for, you know, the
knees aren't what they used to be.
exercise and the lifestyle.
Little breeze in
and
your
the whole,
hair.
all the young kids are just killing it now. So what am I going to do? I can't even match up to that. But when I was younger, yeah, I did a lot of stuff, a lot of switch stand skating, and like in the beginning of the, you know, that, and I got to hang out with like legendary skateboarders, you know, Mark Gonzalez and Lance Mountain. You know, those are the ones that kind of discovered me, put me on the.
They're iconic. And also, can I ask, which board, Steve's, did you end up getting? Was it the tiki?
Yeah,
that
it was a
tiki
totem. Yeah,
That's the one you-
yeah.
The totem pole, yeah.
Yeah.
The one you had in your show?
We had him. Yeah, well, the boys took over. LA
Yes, that's how I
Syndicate
met you when you
Yeah,
guys took over.
that's right.
in
Yeah.
last December, and Steve had those boards. So that the pink one, was it the pink
Yeah,
one
they
or
were
is it
really
the
pink one, yeah.
cool.
That's the pink one.
And I bought
was
your
my favorite.
teacups.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the pottery
Yeah.
I did with a friend of mine. She's a amazing potterist, Sophia Rubio, and we did a collaboration together. So yeah,
Yeah, those are really cool. They're sitting proudly
Sweet.
in our living room.
nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, those are great. I'm working a lot with pottery, 3-dimensional stuff, like lately.
Nice.
So yeah, just always trying to like dabble in something I'm not, you know, comfortable with.
Yeah.
Lately.
What inspires you? Like, do you see something and you're like, oh, I want to try that? Or is it just like walking around
You know,
downtown?
friends, like other artists, you know, just like stuff I would never see. Like, oh man, I would love to like paint on that, or, you know, do something like that with other friends. A lot of collaborating lately. Really into that lately. I was kind of like a solo dude for a long time, you know, and now it's just collaborating's really like opened up a lot of.
Well, I like
ideas.
the collaboration between you and Steve. You two are together, a powerhouse, going
Yeah,
in as a duo
yeah.
and doing these shows. I mean, I think the most recent was, under the Us Los Angeles, was under the umbrella of, what, the 3 or 4 of you that you mentioned. in Palm Springs, correct?
Yeah, we just did a show in Palm Springs. Yeah, it was a bunch. It was a Los Angeles show.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was with his brother, Marco and Steve and Matt Eaton, Tristan Eaton, Andy Jenkins. So we filled that place up, and it was great. Good show, new gallery.
And we just done a back-to-back show. I just
Oh, then I came over to your show.
right. So
We opened that show in
that's
Palm
right.
Springs, then we drove back the next day,
yeah.
and then did.
The Lucky Cat
Well,
one?
there's the commitment. There's the commitment. Yeah.
I didn't sleep. Thanks, dude.
All day. You're welcome. Thank you.
No, that was a cool show.
That was
Because it was totally different pieces.
right.
It was all new pieces.
Right.
So nothing was like, no, it was cool. And I showed a lot of like textile stuff,
Which I love.
jackets, and like cool shit I've never shown before.
Right. Which like leads me
Photography.
into-
I did the collaboration with Robert Stivers with those photos too,
Those were some of my
which
favorites.
was a great. I mean, I collect photography, so he was one of my favorites. So I got lucky enough to meet him and like now do collaborations with him.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all, yeah.
Diana.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, that it's been really cool to see all the things that you make. It's just like I'm constantly wowed by the new stuff that you kind of come up with. And I've seen, obviously most of the shows with LA Syndicate, but
Thank
it's
you.
really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I've been painting so long. Oh my God. I don't know. It's not even like I'm trying to do anything cool or anything. It's just, I just can't stop. Yeah. It's like, just keep working on stuff. But the skateboarding thing has really fulfilled a weird empty space. You know what I mean? Because like there's so much love now in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought no one's gonna remember me, whatever, and it's total opposite.
Complete
So it's
opposite.
really
Complete
cool.
opposite.
Yeah.
Of remembering.
Tell me again what these mean. The symbols?
Oh, the pillars? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just something I've always drawn and put in. I do a lot of symbols and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I've been always attracted to ancient history and history and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just connected with it. It's like a strength symbol,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, childhood was so crazy. And
They're pillars, right?
Yeah, the pillars,
The
yeah.
pillars.
There's little pillars I draw, like simple pillars.
You've been doing those for years, though.
Yeah, a long
I mean,
time.
I have a few T-shirts from over 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been
Easily.
a piece
Yeah, I mean,
you've
I
done
did
for
it longer
quite a
than
while.
that, yeah. So, yeah, it's just when I'm painting or doing something, it's just a reminder of like, you're still here, like
Yeah.
and you just keep it's just a reminder to myself,
Nice. Yeah.
But the only tattoos I have, so yeah.
I'm
It's just
surprised.
every time I paint or look at it, it's just kind of like a therapy thing almost.
Yeah,
I
for
gave
sure.
myself,
Yeah.
because I'm always putting them in my art, so it was in the art, but the art goes away, so I always loved it, so it's special to me. So I don't know. I've always liked history too, and what they represent. The strength, all that, like a good foundation, and
Yeah.
holding things up. You're part of something. You always will be. you
Right?
know?
No, the pillars of
Yeah.
life, yeah.
Yeah.
Your life.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people.
Our life.
Yeah. All artists.
Yeah, I find it, we were talking about the hissing cats earlier and how like art ties in with mental wellness and like, any like advice that you would give people that are like struggling with it or how you connect art through it, because obviously we've talked about your childhood and how art kind of gave you a path.
Yeah. Well,
Through
yeah.
it.
I mean, well, for me, it was like therapy without being like embarrassed, about, because a lot of people nowadays but when we were growing up, it was, wait, you have anxiety or you don't be a bitch,
Yeah.
or like, yo, like it's not a matter of that. It's like there's something wrong with me.
Right.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then you ruin all the friendships or your relationship with your girl or whatever. It just like invades your life and you don't know what's happening. So the art was kind of like, I don't know, a cooler way to handle certain things. But, you should go to therapy if you can get therapy.
For sure.
But I couldn't,
Yeah.
it was just like.
And back then, you didn't really talk about it. You don't have as many outlets as you do today to
Yeah,
discuss
the
it.
options weren't even there.
The options were not there, so you don't have the outlets you do
Especially
today.
in the environment we grew up in,
Right,
So
right. So
just kind of figure it out, without destroying yourself, But I mean, yeah, it's something that's gave me confidence, just like skateboarding did.
Sure.
Because my dad didn't teach me, hey, do it like this, do it like that. He
Right.
didn't give me advice, but coming from a dude
Right.
that was destroying himself,
Yes.
biggest heart, biggest amazing person, human being, but just had this crazy addiction, that I saw, me and my brother saw. I mean, my dad robbed the bank and ran home.
Holy shit.
And he had a bag, and it looked like a cartoon. It just didn't have the money sign
the
on
money sign on the back.
stay in the house. I'm like, what did he do now? You know what I mean? And all the cops, the helicopter. I went to the school across the street, and everybody knew that was my house.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And my dad ran in the back, the whole thing, the cops, and my brother's like, oh, no, what's going on? And he's all, they're in the house. He literally probably wanted to get death by cop, that thing.
Gotcha.
And he stopped. I was like, you ain't killing my dad in front of us, blah, blah, blah. No, this whole ordeal. And
Wow.
yeah, so it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
My dad was pretty crazy dude, but good-hearted guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he just had those demons, And I always hated him for a long time, but now as you get older and you're
Sure.
mad, you go, oh my God, I understand. Like, what? Oh, whoa.
And it
You
seems
know,
Some of the struggles, right?
like you honor him in a little bit by your artwork too.
Oh, I love him to death
Yeah.
now. Like, it's just, he's totally different. I mean, I understand now,
Yeah.
that he was, it was a disease and, then I just like, why don't you get better? We all love you. What's wrong with you? And
Right.
we just made it worse.
Yeah.
In that way. But yeah, skating was an art. It gave me confidence to be my own person. And I learned a lot of, most of my stuff was from the homies in skating. Like you have a new family now, that guides you. And you look up to these guys and you want to be this, because you love it.
Sure.
So it's kind of like being in a gang, but in a positive way.
Right.
But like
you know
a
what I
fun
mean?
arts,
But in a positive way.
sporty gang.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's a lot like now. I mean, it's the same thing. If like I'm a lone wolf out here, I don't have a lot of family around me. Your family, Diana's family, we've created something just like back in the day in the skate park.
But dude, let me tell you, Sonny, seriously, this guy can find talent in the craziest places.
yeah.
So what's up, homeless guy? I like that drawing right there.
Yeah, no, I've
changed their life. Changed their life right there in one shot.
Wow.
No, you've really this guy's really been there for the art community in a big
Absolutely.
way.
Thank you.
You gave me one of my first good shows. 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Oh wait, which one was this?
I don't know. You
the
taught me
largest one.
You taught me how to screen. I'm making clothes. How do you? I want to screen. Where do you get your stuff? Gave me all your secrets.
Oh, that's right.
You gave me all your secrets.
I think I gave you a printer.
You gave me my first little homemade screen job,
screen print thing?
screen print.
The printer.
With the clamps and everything.
That's right. My stepdad made that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He made a few of them for me. He made me a few boards, a single printer. That's all you need because, it's like the old street T-shirt vibe.
Yeah.
So single printer. And today I stick by that. I still want.
Oh, yeah. That aesthetic
that.
that'll never go away, man. That's
That aesthetic
cool.
of one color.
Yeah. No, that's.
I think you got me into the one-hit wonder.
Right?
You know what I mean?
That's all you need. If the idea is strong enough, that's all you need.
That's it.
I believe in that, the simplicity of it. And also, it's less in terms of dollars.
But
So
aesthetically, it's timeless.
It is timeless, yeah. But at the time I was doing it, I was like, I can just do one color and not spend so much money. But so it is.
I don't need a color wheel.
I don't need a color wheel. I
got black and white. Yeah.
Just call it punk.
Yeah, just call it. It is, man.
It is. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh God, I found it. There it is.
See, you're opening doors for people.
I'm opening the doors.
Yeah.
Just one color print.
He showed me a
all
new
you
thing.
need.
I was already making clothes, but he showed me a new layer of depth.
Man, thank you. That's
Now I
great.
can put my art on there, and I could do.
Make some T-shirts, make some money. So was the largest show the corner, which is now at the PE Lofts,
Yeah.
That was the corner. When
Oh my God, that was that whole restaurant, but emptied.
It was
was
empty.
it a bank?
Gutted out. It was actually what is currently now the gutted out Artisan at the Pacific Electric Loft building. And it was gutted, nothing in there, zero. It was like just pillars, concrete. We blew it out. The challenge was to do, I think, 15 pieces.
Did I do that many?
You did.
How they were huge.
They were huge. And I was like, you said, I'll do it. I've got it. I'm like, what? Next thing I know.
You know where I got those? There were actual walls from sets.
Oh, shit, really? Okay.
Who worked at a studio? Somebody worked at a studio. And I'm all, hey, I need some.
Can I have those?
What are you doing with those?
Material, right?
Can I have that?
Do you want those? Yeah, I didn't know how I was going to get them.
Sure.
How did I get them? I don't know. I had to rent a U-Haul.
How you transported
I think it was a
those.
U-Haul, and they loaded them in from there. Huge walls. They were like 12 feet high or bigger, right?
No, and you gifted me one of the pieces. I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
even get. I had to walk up 17 flights.
You had
get
to
it.
cut it in half.
That's right. I let
and
you cut
walk
it.
it up.
I let you cut it.
I cut it. Yeah.
So I could say the man cut it himself.
Yeah.
So I walked up 2 pieces because they wouldn't fit, even cut in half, wouldn't fit in my
You
elevator.
want
I
like
don't
17 flights, dude?
17 flights. That's the love of art. I almost
Oh,
passed out,
man.
died in my stairwell in the emergency exit.
Dedication over here.
Fuck, I almost died.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had Dimitri. Remember Dimitri? Dimitri at the time helped me. We walked up and we had to stop every four flights.
Yeah,
Interesting.
right every 4 stairs.
Yeah.
You're just
still-
like,
Oh my God. I almost passed out. And anyway, it's in my home. It's safe. Beautiful pieces.
Nice.
I'm privileged enough to own a few of your masterpieces.
That was 2012, wasn't it?
It was 2012.
Yeah, because
Wow.
I wrote on that piece 2012.
Yeah.
It was the apocalyptic one.
With all the
figures, and I
silhouettes,
wrote
red
2012.
and black.
You know, 2012 is all going to end, or whatever that prophecy
Right.
was.
that's right.
That was one of
Yeah.
the biggest shows, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. As a solo, yes.
As a solo, that was the biggest. Those are the biggest pieces I've showed in one spot. Yeah, that was crazy. That
What
was
a great show. What a great show.
Come
Well,
on.
there's more to come. And we have something in the works currently that we're planning, also involving Steve as well.
Yeah.
And perhaps maybe the Us
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Los
of
Angeles.
course.
the Us crew.
Yeah.
So we'll work on those, and we'll keep everyone in tune and posted. Anything else you want to add, Gino? Anything that you're working on currently? Any new ventures, collabs?
There's a lot of stuff happening, but I think the
Anything you can
skate-
mention?
Yeah, I'll mention a little bit. Bringing back the old skate company I used to skate for back in the day, and we got a lot of good legends, and it's going to be pretty. I'm even surprised on who's on this with us, you know. So like it's a lot of heavy hitters, Lance Mountain and Christian Asoy, and you know.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I'm going to bring all that back, but with the aesthetic of what I'm doing now. It's not only a skate company, it's like an artist lifestyle skate, which a lot of great companies are like that now too, you know. Very limited stuff, but with a lot of great skateboarder artists in every way, photography, fashion, painters,
Right.
you know, all LA based first and then branching off later to like, it's this whole collective thing. And ideas, and I'm working with Steve Sides. He's doing a lot of the creative stuff with me and the buddy Matt Cortade. He's like a skater, like homie of mine that I met 3 years ago, and he's just on the same level and vibe of the culture of skateboarding, you know. And he still skates, he still rips, you know. Steve's always ripping, like. So, it's it's just a big, beautiful project.
Nice. So is it? Are you resurrecting an old label, or can you even mention that right now?
Basically, like a heritage company.
Okay.
From the '90s,
Okay.
which I skated for.
Right.
But bringing it back in my own way, the way I would have wanted it to be.
Okay.
You know, a lot. Which, because you're working with so many other people, so many other artists and graphics. Now it's like I could do all the stuff I've learned as a painter now. As a lot of people don't even know that I skated because I just turned into this painter fashion dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were like, oh, that's the, they always thought it was two different people. Like Steve was like, that's the same Gino? Like, what? Which, because back then when you skated, your expectancy was like 25. you know?
Right.
But nowadays, skateboarding's so amazing and wonderful. Like, anybody skates. It's all love, fashion, art. You can skate till you're 70, 80, 90, whatever. You know, it's just a different thing now. Whereas I was doing it, it was more, there's a time limit, and there was a lot of...
It was one or the other back then, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of like, oh, you're from that area, like, don't skate our spot. You know, it's just all beautiful now. Like, it's
Very cool.
skate parks, and it's just really cool. So I think skateboarding is really ready for, like, really art-infused stuff, you know, limited. I mean, it's out there. They're doing it. A lot of friends are doing companies that are amazing, you know, but this is just kind of my chance to work with great people and do it the way we want to do it.
Yep.
Very cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then we're getting great people. We got a lot of heavy dudes. Yeah, so
you showed me a little
and we're working with like
a little teaser, but we can't talk about it now. But there's something that's in the works.
Yeah.
A heavy collab. You'll keep us posted, and we can post it at a later
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And discuss it.
Yeah, it's still
There's
in the
some
works, so I
there's some
can't
great
really
stuff.
say too much.
There's some great stuff coming.
But yeah, I mean, it goes from music, skating, art, you know, photographers. Like, it's all the people that inspire the sport of skateboarding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the not sport, but the lifestyle.
Yes.
Right.
You know. So yeah, it's gonna be
That's
be
exciting.
good. Yeah.
Well, any last words?
No.
This is exciting, Gino. By the
Yeah.
way, this is great
Yeah,
stuff.
cool.
I'm excited to
Amazing.
hear
I could
more.
talk for
Thank
way
you so
longer,
much.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, Sonny's my boy.
Gino, you're my boy. D, you're my girl. Diana, you're our girl.
Diana,
we
thank
love
you
you,
too.
Diana. Any last words?
No, we will see you all July 11th at the next Artnight.
All right.
And then every first Thursday going forward. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.